Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be making a little jack-o'-lantern candle holder. So when you set this down on the table, you can put the candle in here, preferably a battery operated one, and put your wine glass over top of it, and you'll see the shimmer through the glass and through this sparkle. So I hope you join me today in making some of these. Happy crafting! Okay, so here I am in Design Space, and I'm going to go and find my face for the little pumpkin ornament. So I'm just going to go and click on Upload, and you can see I've already got two uploaded here. Click on Upload Image, Browse, and then go to the folder wherever your designs are. Mine, I have them in a folder under my name, under Design Bundles, because that's where I got this from. And I've got it in the Halloween folder. I have my jack-o'-lantern faces here, and I'm just going to choose number 1, and that's that. And I'm just going to say upload, and there we go. And as you can see, I've got two different ones. So I think I'm just going to use this one for this design. So once it's in here, the first thing we need to do is to change the size, because obviously it's way too big. So we need to have a design that's probably no more than 2.5 inches wide. So I've gone up to the size feature up here, and into the width I've just typed 2.5, and I'm just going to click Tab on my keyboard, and it automatically will resize it for the width, for the height, based on the width that I chose. Okay, so that's there. As you can see, we have 4 pieces. I want my maker to cut them all out at once. So what I'm going to do is, with this selected, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click on Weld. By doing that, now we only have one piece for the machine to cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Make It. And this is going to open up in here. I don't need to do anything in here. I don't need to mirror it or anything. So, sorry, I just turned my Cricut on. You can probably hear it. I'm just going to click on Continue, and in the next screen I'm going to choose vinyl as my base material, and we're ready to cut. Alright, so I have a scrap piece of vinyl that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to use my light grip mat today. Hopefully it'll be sticky enough. And I'm just going to insert that into the tracks on the Cricut cutter. Push the arrow. Now my Cricut's ready to go. I'm just going to click on the C, which will cut. Now that it's done cutting, we're going to remove it from the machine. Flip our mat over. Just set that aside, and I'm just going to take some scissors, and I'm just going to trim down this vinyl a little bit and save some of this, just like that, so that I can use for something else. So here's our little pumpkin. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my weeding tool, and I'm going to weed out the extra vinyl. Just like this. And that's a very, very easy design to weed. We're done already. So now the next step is to get some transfer tape. And I just have a scrap that I keep and I reuse. So I'm going to place that onto the image. And I'm just going to use my scraping tool and make sure that that vinyl is sticking to the adhesive. And I like to turn it over and press it from the back as well. And now when I pull it away, it's there. So I'm just going to leave that on there for a minute until I get my wine glass and get it prepared, and then we can move on to the next step. Okay, so here we are. I have my wine glass. So I have my orange sparkle, and this is Recollections, and it is, let's see if I can read the color on that. Nope, I cannot. Anyway, it is a beautiful orange with a lot of sparkle in it. I hope you can see the sparkle in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my polycrylic and just a syringe, and I'm going to put some on the inside of this cup and swirl it all the way around, and then I'm going to put some sparkle in there and put it all the way around, and then we have to let it sit and dry. Alright, so our polyacrylic is spread around the glass. You want to make sure that there's no big dribbles and stuff in there. And then you're going to take your sparkle, and I'm using, this is extra fine. And I'm just going to sprinkle some in here. And you notice I have a piece of paper here because I'm going to swirl this around to coat everything. And as I'm swirling it and it's coming out, it's going to land on here. And then I can put it back into the container. We need some more. And be very liberal with this. You want to make sure there's a good coating all the way around. I'm hoping you guys can see what's happening here. And get it right out to the edges. Make sure you have a good coat because we're only going to put one coat on here. So make sure you hit all the areas inside. So I'm just going to swirl that around and then make sure I go right out to the edge. And I'm letting it kind of spill out as I'm going to the edge. Give that a little tap. And I don't know if you can see that, but man, is that pretty. That is just pretty, pretty, pretty. So I'm just going to set this to the side. One more tap. I'm just going to set this over to the side and let it dry. In the meantime, I'm going to put this glitter back into my container. So if I can get this off, this lid is on here so tight. The main lid I'm talking. So I'm going to try to get it in through that little hole. Fold your paper in half and just kind of tap your paper. And there you go. So now we just need to wait and let this dry. I'll be back. I apologize, I didn't realize that I had moved the wine glass out of the camera view. So what I'm doing is I'm using my thumb and I'm pressing down on the vinyl to make sure that it's adhered to the glass. Here I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue behind the ghost against the stem of the wine glass just to make sure it kind of has a good bond. Thank you for joining me today in making this little craft. I hope you found some enjoyment in making it, and I hope you make some for yourself. Thank you again, and happy crafting. feel free to subscribe to my page, Krista's So Crafty, over on Facebook, and as well, click on the subscribe button down below and click on the like button if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit the bell. Thank you and have a great day.